What's up, gays and theys?
Hell yeah!
Welcome to the podcast. No, okay. Seriously though, welcome to the Rank Masters. So happy to have you here. I am so excited because do you know what tomorrow is? When this podcast comes out, do you know what tomorrow is?
No, I don't know what tomorrow is.
The first day of Pride Month.
Oh, is it really? Nice.
Yeah, we'll release on Wednesday, and then that Thursday is June 1st.
Heck yeah!
Pride Month.
Love that. That's when I get fired. What?
That's because you work at a Christian establishment.
I do, you're right. Well, formerly.
They sniffed it and they were like, I think this one's gay.
Wow, how could you tell?
No, congratulations on sliving. And today on the podcast, I have a very special episode to get us into Pride Month. This will be a taste. You straights have what, like 8 hours? Until we murder you all. So I mean, hopefully you enjoy the podcast before we get into Pride Month.
Okay, but genuine question though, how many people watching or listening to this podcast do you think are actually like not part of the queer community in any way, shape, or form? I feel like most of our audience is queer. At this
solid 10%.
I was gonna say, if they've made it this far, if they've listened to our weird, horny shenanigans this often, I mean, you know.
If you are straight and you are still listening to us, I want to be your friend.
I'm impressed.
I don't have enough straight friends.
Yeah, honestly, true. We need a token straight friend.
We do need the token straight friend so we can get that diversity checkbox all good. No, that's like, okay, I've been working a lot with my news organization on like community outreach.
Yeah.
And we have like a whole entire bureau of our media section that's all about like figuring out what the community wants. And it's like very much diverse to the point that people are like, we need an actual man to be on this board. Because right now there's not a single man that is on the board. So when we opened up to comments to people on the board of like, what does this board need? Literally like 50% of the comments were like, we need a man. Like, we are too girly pop on this board. We need a little bit of a masculine presence just to say that we have it there.
I mean, literally, we live in Kansas. You could literally just go find one on the street. They're like stray puppies.
Oh, literally, like any man, you bring him, he's happy to give you his opinions.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, be like, hey, do you have opinions on the news media? Every single straight man's ears just perked up.
They
like,
really do,
They
yeah.
always have it.
I think that's the one thing every straight person has an opinion. Every conservative has an opinion on for some reason. And I don't know why.
Is the news media. Trust me, as someone who is the corrupt media state, they do. They all do.
They really do.
So coming into Pride Month,
yes.
I have a top 10 list coming from our friends at Watch Mojo, since you told me that they post all of their stuff.
I broke the wall. I broke the barrier. We can now, literally every episode from now on is just going to be stolen from Watch Mojo, isn't it?
I mean, someday it's just going to have to be all Watch Mojo lists because they are the producers
they really
of
are.
internet lists.
Hey, we have to diversify a little bit. We could do like what culture?
Or Screen Rant.
Oh God, no. Not Screen Rant, anything but Screen Rant.
We have a few other ones, but as the critics of internet lists, we must criticize Watch Mojo. And the list that I have today is top 10 LGBTQ plus character cliches.
Okay. That's why you wanted me to be surprised. Okay, little peek behind the scenes. Normally, Trace and I at least tell each other like the topic of the list ahead of time. I'm going into this one. I had no idea what's going to happen.
No, I want you raw.
I know you do, Trace. You don't have to say that.
I was like, I know where my brain's going, but I can't stop. It was heading there anyway. No, I want your raw opinions.
Yeah, sure. My opinions.
And I want you to tell me exactly how you're feeling about these LGBTQ cliches, because this is our life, baby. We are walking cliches.
Honestly, true. Yeah, we really are. Like, stereotypes exist for a reason.
Oh, maybe you need to take that back.
I'm sorry, that was so bad. That was very bad.
No, we are. Okay, a little bit of background. When I was like, I want to do some type of gay list. So I was like looking up top 10 gay, top 10 lesbian, top 10, and so many of them were like top 10 out and proud gays in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Or
who cares about celebrities?
LGBTQ singers or hottest men for the gays out there. And I'm like, I do not care.
Yeah.
And then another like 30% were like places you can travel right now while gay and not be discriminated against.
You don't want to go executed when traveling abroad? Here's how to. I mean, that
not even just abroad.
Just at all. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There was literally like state by state top 10 worst states to visit right now. Whew, shout out Florida.
Yeah, unfortunate. Hey, hopefully it resolves itself within the next 62 days. Cough, cough, wink, wink.
I don't know what the fuck you're winking about.
This is not a threat toward Ron DeSantis' life. Wink.
Ron DeSanctimonious. Why would you give such a specific time?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Who are you working with that you know that 62 days from now something's going to happen to Ron?
I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't... Is his name actually Ron? I thought it was Rob.
Ron DeSantis.
I thought it was Rob. I thought it was Rob the whole time, like with a B.
Rob DeSantis. Well, I'm so
he's
happy
robbing
for you.
Santa.
No, he's. What is it? What was the other nickname that our failure in chief?
What? Huh?
I am trying to be the most millennial, like, gay out of all of this. Like, Trump. What was the other nickname that Trump had for Ron DeSantis? Because it was Ron DeSanctimonious. And there was, like, Meatball Ron.
Okay.
Meatball Ron in his little boots.
This is why I never listen to a word that comes out of Trump's mouth anymore. I've just given up trying to understand anything he's saying. You know, it just doesn't. There's no point.
No,
it's funny though.
Honestly, it went hard. Like, the only person I want to see be torn down more is Ron DeSantis.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get off into the first part of this list because we're just gonna be all over this place.
Oh my god,
we are two queers.
I fully
we have a lot of opinions.
Okay, I'm gonna make a guess. You said it's a list of 10, right? It's a top 10 list.
Yes, top 10.
How many of these cliches are you and I are either of us going to embody? I'm thinking at least 7. There's a possibility that between the two of us we embody all of them. So
they call it cliches, but it's more character tropes.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I mean, we'll get into it. I can't really assign into it. We can assign ourselves to who we are.
I'm down for that. I like that mentality.
But coming in at number 10, gay/lesbian characters are often the villains.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the villain.
I'm also villain.
Well, I'm technically an anti-hero because what's going to happen to Ron DeSantis in 62 days?
Jesus Christ.
Some
I feel
might
like
consider that villainous.
Though things are improving, there's no denying that the media has related LGBTQ plus characters to the dark side.
Yeah.
Sometimes presenting them as a less moral or even morally ambiguous. Case in point, Buffy the Vampire's Dark Willow. Which also, talk about LGBTQ representation. I feel like every gay I've ever talked to has watched Buffy the Vampire.
Well, I hate to break the news, Trace.
I don't think you're gay.
What?
Though she starts off good, she later becomes evil while seeking revenge for her girlfriend's death. Another case in point, Disney villains.
True.
Okay, so Disney baddies are explicitly sexualized. What the fuck does that mean, Watch Mojo?
Don't you remember when Scar showed his fat ball sack on screen?
I thought you were gonna say fat pussy. No, okay. When I heard that, I read that as like, wait, telling a character's sexuality isn't sexualizing them.
Yeah, that's definitely some strange mentality, Watch Mojo.
I feel like Watch Mojo committed a hate crime on this list they did to try to be inclusive.
Well, hold on. Okay. They said gay people are horny. And, you know, they're kind of right.
Okay, but...
they're kind of right.
But also,
you shouldn't say that.
Doesn't mean to be like the idea that telling someone your sexuality is inherently sexual is a problem. Like,
that's a very conservative mindset.
Shout out Ron.
Yep.
But like, also we kind of get it.
Yeah. We
are horrible people.
Wait a minute. Speak for yourself. I'm just horny. That doesn't make me horrible.
Horrible person.
It makes me horrible. I'm sorry.
So they just go into like they're queer coded to think about it. I'm ignoring it. How many expressed behavior normally attributed to women and or it's extremely exaggerated? The linking of mannerisms and antagonism and villainy. It's just pretty much queer coding.
Yeah.
Speaking of this, did you see the drama going on right now with the makeup artist for Ursula in the new Little Mermaid?
No, I have not. You forget I don't have Twitter, so a lot of like petty drama like that doesn't happen to me.
The internet drama you just do not hear.
I does not exist anymore. The only time I get in touch with the internet is when we have these podcast episodes.
So, for some reason, I can't remember. Melissa McCarthy, I think was her name. I wanted to say Joe DiMessina, but that's a country music artist from, like, the 70s.
Interesting.
But Melissa McCarthy is Ursula, right?
Yeah.
And her makeup in the movie, from what I've seen, is atrocious. Like, it does not look good. And people are like, they should have hired a queer makeup artist to do this makeup because it's not giving. It's horrible. And they're right. It is bad. But anyway, the makeup artist for Ursula in the movie has now been like, what are you talking about? Why would me being gay make my art better or whatever? And people are like posting photos, like screenshots of the movie, and be like, this is what we're talking about. And it's very funny. Because it's true. It is not a good makeup look.
I'm trying to find a screenshot of it. She doesn't look... Yeah, you're right. She looks horrible.
She doesn't look good. I'll tell you that.
She looks like a straight conservative's interpretation of a drag queen.
So, like, the one that people keep on showing is her look that has, like, a thick green eyeshadow, like up to the arches, which is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I can understand that, but she is not like, it's not like blended in, it's not faded, she's not giving that hard cut at the cheek. Like, nothing about it is good, and it sucks.
Weird. Yeah, that does not look good in the slightest. How did I'm not surprised that Disney got away with that, but at the same time, like, come on, put a little more effort into your shit.
I mean, it's one of their cheap grab live action remakes.
They're not caring too much about this. They're just making bank.
It's gonna be what it's going to be.
It's gonna have the production value of like a high school like theater play.
That sucks.
That kind of sucks.
You're right. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Now, am I a villain? Yes, I am. Do I understand where this comes from? Yes. I believe it was actually back when films were starting to be produced and they can show like gay characters unless they were shown as morally bad.
Yeah,
because then you could be like, well, I'm showing gay people, but they are bad.
Yeah, I didn't know this until we discussed it like a few I think the Disney episode.
Yeah, I think I did bring this up, maybe. And once again, I am not a historian.
No.
I am not smart. I could be telling you some of the stupidest shit you've ever heard. Do not believe me. Do your own research.
And if you do believe us, make sure you don't tell anybody it was us.
No, actually spread these lies. Me when I spread misinformation on the internet.
Actually, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Just send this episode to everyone and use this as like your citation for information. And if it's wrong, then when they get to this part of the video, they'll understand. And then they'll be in on the joke.
We are your TLDR, okay?
You could say, do you get the reference? And if they don't get the reference, they're the boring ones.
Yeah, then it's their problem. They're the ones who are wrong.
They're the ones who are wrong. All right. Gay people are villains. That's obviously, true. Both of us are villains right now. So what's next? What's next on the list?
My favorite. Number 9. Your sexual orientation affects your fidelity.
Fidelity meaning like financials?
No, okay.
I'm sorry, I don't
like. Okay, let me read Watch Mojo's description.
Go for it. I'm kind of stupid.
Of course. Infidelity is an issue we see often in TV shows and movies because it makes a compelling storyline. But we've noticed that the LGBTQ plus characters seem to be more highly represented in this trope than they should be. This cliche focuses on the idea that if a character isn't heterosexual, they must have fidelity issues. They're not
explaining what fidelity means. Just based on those few lines, I'm guessing it's like the ability to have children or something.
No, that's fertility.
Okay, that's what I thought it was, but I'm like, they keep saying fidelity. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Okay, this trope seems to hit bisexuals particularly hard since people wrongly assume that that just because you can be sexually attracted to more than one gender, that somehow equates to acting on all those attractions and being unable to control them. They're talking about cheating, Seth.
Oh!
Infidelity means you're cheating.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Means you're sexually promiscuous.
I mean, I am, but I'm not cheating on anybody.
Like, okay, so this is like shout out my mother.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Trace's mom.
When I was young, and by young I mean like in middle school, this should have been a red flag to my mom, like, ooh, this one's a little queer. But when I was young, I would tell my mom, I'm not gonna marry for love, I'm marrying for money.
You know what? Go for it, girl. Love it.
I feel like that should have been a red flag. Like, I'm gonna steal someone else's man, and I'm gonna take their money.
Oh,
and that's all I care about.
I'm so on board for that. That's amazing.
But no, you know what? They're right. This cliche is true. Gays just love to do it.
We do. I think a big part of that, just in the real world, though, is that, like, queer people, we've already been ostracized for sex anyway. Like, everyone thinks we're sexually promiscuous. I was gonna say Fidel,
everyone
like,
thinks we're sluts.
Yeah. So, like, there's no real consequence to proving them right at that point. like
they're gonna look at you weird either way.
Yeah, precisely. So, like, why not be horny? That's my mentality. Fuck it. If you're gonna now. That's not to say cheat on your partners or anything like that.
No, cheat all you want.
I mean,
I embrace cheating and legalize murder.
Look, I'm all for cheating in video games, but I don't know how to mod the software of a relationship.
Oof, that was very.
I'm sorry.
Neurodivergent.
I'm appealing to my side of the audience. Okay, you have your side. This direction. Yeah, you have your side. I have my side.
The good Doctor Who.
Oh my god.
First of all, I'm saying The Good Doctor. I did not realize it would also be a Doctor Who reference in there as well.
Hey, again, another one of my hyper focuses right now is not The Good Doctor. Although I was into that for like the first 2 seasons, and then I gave up because it was exhausting.
Were you like, I see myself in this man, or were you like, this is not me at all?
I more the latter. I saw a little bit of myself. My mom saw a ton of me in it, though. She well, that show started coming out like after I got diagnosed. And she's like, these two things are the same.
Diagnosed with homosexuality.
You've been diagnosed with gay and with autism.
Okay. I just realized we weren't saying the word, and so I was like, it sounds like we're talking about being diagnosed with homosexuality right now, not autism.
Yeah, no. So The Good Doctor's a show about autism. It's the main character is a doctor, like a medical doctor with autism. And it follows his wild, wacky shenanigans about being in the professional world as an autistic man. I'm like,
okay, so since you haven't been on Twitter, have you seen like the recent Good Doctor drama?
No,
and like people clowning on it about how it's horrible autistic representation.
I've known that since the first 2 seasons. I can only imagine it's gotten worse since then, because that show's been around for a while too.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's people who have never seen it before. Like, they were introduced to it on a very specific scene of the titular Good Doctor screaming, "I am a surgeon," to Dr. Hahn, I believe is his name.
Weird.
It just spurred a whole entire thing. You're like, you had to have been there. I'm sorry.
You're right. I wasn't there. Thank God I left Twitter.
Honestly, like, it was one of those things that was beautiful, actually. It was one of the beautiful moments of Twitter. When everyone realized that this show that everyone pointed to as good autistic representation was actually really bad autistic representation. Yeah. It was kind of a beautiful moment on Twitter, actually. It was one of those times where it felt good to be a human.
I mean, it does always feel good when a lot of people like come together to shit on one specific thing. Like that, yeah. I get it. I understand that. That feels fun.
It feels just as good when a man leaves his wife and kids for you.
Trace, what the fuck? Bringing it back to the list, baby. Let's go.
Bringing it back. No, I mean, it is a very big trope.
It is.
Since you're also not on Twitter, you haven't seen the "How do you serve cut in a like blank way," right? You haven't seen any of those posts.
I don't even know what you said. How do you serve cut in a...
Cunt.
Oh, cunt.
Like she's cunty?
Yeah.
How do you serve cunt in a blank way? One of them was like, how do you serve cunt in a southern way? And it posted the person from True Blood. Like, what's their name?
Never watched True Blood. I need to watch
watched like 3 episodes and it was good. Like, honestly, I've only 3 episodes in. I'm already a True Blood stan.
Huh, fair enough.
But gosh, what is their name? Because they're like a character that works in the diner, very obviously gay or queer in some way. And they are perfect in every way.
Perfect. Ooh, I like that.
But they posted a GIF of them.
Gotcha. I see.
On how to serve cunt in a southern way. And it was very good.
I'm realizing now just how difficult it is to explain memes to someone who has not seen the meme. Because I feel like one of those,
my hardest.
I feel like one of those old ass boomers. I'm like, I'm not getting it, but I'm just nodding like I understand.
Mm-hmm. I understand about your Pokemans. I get it. You play that on the Nintendo, just like Grand Theft Auto.
Precisely. Yeah, you get it. That's funny now because Grand Theft Auto is on the Nintendo.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think the original trilogy, they put it on the Switch recently. That's wild to me, actually.
It's wild to me that I played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas as like an 8-year-old. I remember being like, oh my god, Uncle Mike, you have to come and look at this. And I showed him that you could pick up strippers, like hookers in the game.
Oh my god.
He thought it was hilarious.
That's astounding. That's really okay. That's amazing.
It was one of my favorite games as a kid. Like, it really, truly was. I loved Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
I'm not surprised. I had a really fun time with GTA 5, which I didn't get to play until I was in college, but apparently that came out like when I was in middle school, because I remember seeing people with like lanyards for their lunch card that had like it had GTA 5 logo on it. I'm like,
what year did GTA 5 come
2013. Out? Yeah. Here, let me.
It's been that long?
The exact date, September 17th, 2013. Yeah.
Are we for sure right now?
That's what Google says. That was its original release date.
That's wild. Holy cow.
Here, let me
2013. I would have been getting out of middle school.
When did San Andreas came out? San Andreas came out in 2004.
Yeah, that I would have been 6 years old, so yeah, I was about 8 years old when I was playing it and showing it to my
strippers.
Picking up strippers, showing it to my Uncle Mike, being like, isn't this game amazing? It's so realistic.
I love that. Oh god.
You know what? That's probably how I learned that I should marry for money and not for love. That game was the catalyst. It taught me how.
You know what? Fair enough. I get it. I understand.
I'm gay because I played San Andreas as a kid.
Damn, video games really do corrupt, but not for violence. That's what conservatism does.
I was groomed by... I'm sorry.
You were groomed by the main characters of San Andreas.
Exactly. CJ from San Andreas.
I said that sentence and everything died on Discord. Oh no. Trace, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Your voice is cutting in and out, and your video's just stopped. Okay, now I can hear that you're doing that intentionally.
Okay.
Yeah, your video's just straight up stopped there.
That's fine. I can probably turn off my video and make it better.
Your voice still sounds like a robot, though.
Domo arigato, Mr. Robot. Did you know that song was sung by by Styx?
Huh? Styx?
STYX? Styx?
No.
Like the
I did
rock
not know
band?
that. I did not know that, no.
Like the same people who are like, the jig is up, the news is out, they finally found me, the renegade. The same people.
I know that. Yeah, that's... Damn, did not realize that those were the same people. Okay, fair.
I dropped my camera. Does my voice sound better now?
Yeah, your voice sounds a lot better now. All right, well, I guess I just can't see Trace for the rest of this episode. What were we talking about?
I don't know. We were talking about ish. I was about to move on to the next one. Number 8.
Let's move on. That seems like appropriate timing.
Yes. Well, sorry. I started reading the description. Number 8, asexuality doesn't exist.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's no such thing as asexuality in movies and TV, and I don't know why. That's so depressing.
Everyone has to have sexual attraction.
Yeah, clearly. Every single human being is always horny. It's true, because I'm always horny, and that means everyone's always horny. There's no such thing as asexuality, clearly. No. For anyone taking this outside of context, that is not my actual belief. That's just what the media. That's what movies and TVs believe.
I feel like this is a pretty not universal, but a pretty common gay experience of that moment when you're like, maybe I'm asexual, and I just enjoy the aesthetics of sex. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel like I had that moment.
Probably like 80% of our audience was like, no, you're speaking facts right now. Yeah. I get it. Which I think is great. I'm glad that we're all trying to discern whether or not we're asexual. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
But it is true in media that they just don't believe it exists.
Yeah.
It is not there.
Which is such a weird thing, because like that should be easy to portray. Like, it wouldn't be hard. How hard is it to write a character without writing about a love interest for them? It shouldn't be difficult.
They can have a love interest.
Okay, without a sexually
focused sexual.
I don't know. There's a lot of Ace Arrow people too.
Ace Arrow, there's a big overlap, but it's not necessarily the same. We're getting really deep. The straights are really struggling with this episode.
They're like why the fuck are you talking about arrows? Are you archers? What the hell?
That reminds me of it was like a TikTok, but it was a screenshot of a tweet that was like, if I don't get the new Nintendo Switch for Christmas, I'm gonna tell Pops that him lesbians exists at the dinner table.
You know what? Good. Let him know.
And I sent that to my brother right before we had our family Christmas.
Holy fuck. That's iconic, actually. I love that.
It didn't have any grandparents. I just thought it was super funny. It was like... Whatever. Asexuality exists. Aromantic people exist.
Also true.
That's the political statement of this. Everything at the beginning wasn't political. This is my political statement.
This is the first political statement we've made in 19 episodes, you know? I feel like we've come so far.
Well, I know. I'm feeling so proud. This is my hero era. This is my redemption. This is my... what the fuck is that Taylor Swift album called?
I have no fucking clue.
This is my Taylor Swift lover era. I am doing purposeful pop.
Purposeful pop. Oh, I love it. Pop that pussy.
Okay. As a closeted Swiftie, but not really.
I was going to say, you can't say closeted at this point, Trace.
I know.
It's obvious.
This entire week, I've been like, I should make my channel a music review channel, which is a sentiment I felt billions of times.
Yeah, you can do it. Why not?
And I was like, but I'm going to get torn apart when I tell everyone that the first album I ever spent money on was Taylor Swift's self-titled first album. Because I loved it. And I still love that album, God damn it.
There's nothing
it's
wrong
a good
with that.
Album.
Everyone comes to their understanding of music through different methods. For me, it was 21 Pilots, which is
I'm so
sad.
sorry.
Well, no, hold on. It was 21 Pilots and Toby Mac.
They made it worse.
And that's why I'm gay.
You made it so much worse.
Yes, I did. I'm very aware. But yeah, that was interesting upbringing for sure.
I loved Group One Crew. What's the ones with the lions? God's not dead. He's surely alive.
Newsboys?
Newsboys.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, I went from being the person who selected the music at my youth group to what I am today. I feel like God's like slay queen.
Dude, I went from being on stage at church, like weekend services, playing bass guitar and like singing worship songs, to hosting a podcast about being horny on YouTube.
We've come so far. We're sliving.
We really are. We really do be.
we're sliving, girl queen. All right.
Next entry.
Number 7. All it takes is the right man, woman for them to switch teams.
Oh, I hate that trope.
I love it. You're telling me, okay.
I am telling you, okay.
This is true. To all the gay people out there, they're like, shh, don't tell them. This is true.
I mean,
I'm telling you, if Megan Thee Stallion came through that door right now and said, Trace, I want you, I can't tell you I wouldn't do it. Like, what are you talking about?
Shh, don't tell them. Okay, you know what? I understand this trope, and I think it comes from a lot of people like myself who thought at one point in time that they were strictly gay and then realized, okay, there are allowances. And I think it also comes from the people who thought they were strictly straight and then realized there are allowances but are just actively trying to deny those allowances. I'm at the point in my life where I'm calling myself pan, even though I don't know, I don't like cisheads, if that makes sense.
I hate the cisheads.
Yeah,
I'm joking. Unless it's Megan Thee Stallion.
Like, if you're queer in any way, shape, or form, I have the potential to be attracted to you. If you're not queer, fuck you.
Yeah. Well, like I mean, I identify with the label gay above all else.
Yeah.
I do really enjoy that label as something that describes me. But I'm with you. Like, there are times when I like. Some people are just attractive, even though they don't fit the demographic of what you're supposed to be attracted to.
Yes,
again, Megan Thee Stallion.
You and I have talked ad nauseum about women in both of our lives that we
about Megan Thee Stallion. Yes, I know. I'm obsessed. I'm a man thirsty. We get it.
Megan Thee Stallion is in both of our lives. This is true.
But trust, you have that gay friend, ask them who would they turn for, and everyone has an answer right off the top of their head. I'm not joking. This trope is true.
I think it's only off the top of their head if they're like familiar with like celebrity culture. Because I'm gonna be honest, the only answer I would have for that is like people.
Meredith Grey.
No. Who the fuck is Meredith Grey?
The main character of Grey's Anatomy.
Why would I know that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't.
I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? I know, I was gonna say like personal people that nobody here would know, like friends from my town and my city, and then people like in the surrounding areas. Mainly furries. Let's be real here. But like, if you straight up ask me who would I switch sides for, I'm like, I wouldn't have an answer for you because I don't. I know their names, but you're not gonna know their names.
No, I'm right there. I understand that.
Like, if I just straight up say Amber is who I'd switch for, you're gonna be like, who the fuck is Amber?
Who's
exactly.
Amber? Yeah,
I know like 3 of them, and only one of them I'd switch for.
I love the TikTok sound. It's like the SpongeBob one, and it's like funny muffler, boo boo keys. Like if you
okay, yes, I remember now. Yeah,
and there's people that are like, there was one TikTok that I was watching that was like, when you're remembering all of your non-binary friends that died in the car crash, and it's like, funny muffler, boo boo keys. And it's because non-binary people choose the funniest.
They choose awesome names though.
They're fucking great. I love them.
I have an MB friend named Triangle, and I'm like, that's a fucking rad. That's such a cool name.
I had a sim named Triangle. Hey! I'm sorry to that person.
I love that.
Like that sim now has 4 children, and they're all named after Beyblades. So it's Thermal Libra, which is a reference that only I will get, and I will get only. But then there's also Twisted Tempo, Ray Unicorno, and Galaxy Pegasus. It's beautiful.
I mean, I don't know what I was expecting.
That's my Sims update. But all of those names is like, all of these children are non-binary.
Yeah.
Like, with names like that, they have to be.
Yeah.
And it's also very funny because like the randomly generated outfits that the Sims gave them are all very queer coded.
Oh, I love that. Hell yeah.
So it's like the Sims was also like, these children, they're F slurs.
All right, shall we move on?
Okay, yes, the next one. Number 5. Are we already on number 5?
Yeah,
no,
dude,
I scrolled down.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was gonna say we should be at 6 right now, right?
We're on 6.
Yeah.
Bisexuals don't exist.
I don't know. I feel like there are more bisexuals in media than there are asexuals.
Yeah, there are. I mean,
yeah.
bisexuals, and also like things have gotten so much better.
True.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
There is still the trope and like the pervasive idea that bisexuals cannot. Bisexuals. I sound like a fucking grandpa.
Those darn bisexuals, they can't stick with their partners. They're so horny and willing to cheat. Oh.
Well, it's like that idea that like, oh, they're going to miss the other sex.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And like it's very gross and very biphobic, and it's sad, and that also gets perpetuated by media a lot.
Yeah.
And there's like,
I think that plays a lot into like the whole what was the word, fidelity thing?
Fidelity.
Yeah,
high fidelity.
Hi-fi. No,
my hi-fi relationship. I cheat on everyone.
No, wouldn't hi-fi mean that like you're extremely committed? I think fidelity is like the good thing, and then if you're lacking in fidelity, that means you cheat. Right? Am I wrong?
You're right, because infidelity means cheating.
Yeah.
You're right.
So lo-fi hip-hop beats are just the music that everyone who's cheating listens to. If you ever cheat on your partner, play lo-fi hip-hop beats while you're hooking up.
Mm-hmm. They go crazy. The nut is hard.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
I shouldn't have said that. We're walking a thin line, and that line does not know where it is.
This might have to be the second episode that I mark as explicit on like Spotify.
We're gonna jump into number 5 because we're playing into it.
We're playing some very dangerous territory.
Same
here.
hat. We've already talked about it. Number 5, they have a lot of promiscuous sex.
I mean, we've talked about this already.
We have talked about this. Have you gone to a furry convention?
No, actually. What do they do at furry conventions?
Well, actually, so what they do is they like to go to panels. They usually like learn about writing and photography and a lot of artistic things. There's a lot of dances, which are really cool.
That's true. I love dancing. Dancing's fun.
Absolutely blow out each other's backs.
Only the backs?
Everything. Okay. If you are not limping leaving the furry convention, I'm so proud of you. Yeah,
honestly. This is why everyone who drives to a furry convention has to stay the extra day so they can recover.
Exactly. This is not true, by the way. You do not have to have sex at a furry convention to have a great time.
There are a decent amount of like minors at most furry conventions. Like, and my very first furry con, I didn't do anything. Like, I was hoping to, but I was mostly focused on just going to panels and hanging out with friends. I didn't do anything horny till my second fur con.
Yeah. And then I couldn't go to my room because we roomed together.
Only once.
That was a few times.
I only had people over once. Did I? No. Okay, yeah, you're right. Me. I did have people over other times. You're right.
But no, yeah, like FWA, I didn't do anything that was very promiscuous. I just had a lot of fun with friends.
Yeah, I mean that's the best.
It's fantastic. Love it.
Yeah, I think. But the main goal of a FurCon is to connect with friends that you maybe only ever see online, and to just have fun. And if sex is part of having fun for you, hell yeah, have that opportunity. Blow out each other's backs, leave drenched in cum. But if if you can have fun other ways, and you want to have fun other ways, hell yeah, have fun. Go play like Mario Party in the game room or something.
I don't co-sign that drenched comment.
I do. I signed on it twice.
Yeah, as Watch Mojo says, speaking of promiscuous sex, a lot of media seem to love showcasing non-heterosexual characters having tons of it because they know it, baby. No, I mean, I love that. What was it that I was trying to explain to someone? I was like, so many gay people have to like repress that kind of like figuring yourself out in high school, so by the time they make it to their 20s, that's when they're having to do it. Because you're already an adult in your 20s, you just think that's what being an adult is, so you continue to do it way beyond your young years. So that just showed what gayness is to a lot of outside people, because the gays have figured out a different way to exist and live and enjoy themselves and make relationships that a lot of people see as like immature. But that's because the gays never had that moment to be immature, and they just developed their own way of tackling it.
It really is, like, it's a huge cultural difference. Like, even no matter what area you grew up in, no matter who you were around, no matter what culture you were in when growing up, being gay means that your like childhood and adolescent development put you in a very different culture, and that means when you are an adult, it really is a huge difference, and it's solely just due to stigma. Like the whole thing of just prejudice and stigma really makes all of us different in development, and it just leads into more stigma, which sucks. But I think until people realize that gay people literally weren't allowed to be teenagers, it's going to be impossible to get over stigma, you know?
Yeah, I think, and it would be nice to get to the moment where gay people could just be teenagers when they're teenagers. I agree. But also, like, how are you going to be a teenager? Like, the town that I grew up in, yeah, we had other gay kids, but, like, they weren't my type. So, like, how am I supposed to date? How am I supposed to have my hot teen romance that everyone's supposed to have? They don't always have that.
Nobody does.
But even just how am I supposed to date? How am I supposed to realize what I want in a relationship? How am I supposed to do any of that when my dating pool is like 3 people and all of us don't like each other? So that's how it is, and you don't get that opportunity until you're older. Like my first boyfriend I didn't have until I was 20, I think. Like my first real boyfriend. I had internet boyfriends, which is also a very common experience.
Yeah, that is a very common experience. Dude, my very first quote unquote internet boyfriend lives in the Netherlands, and I'm like, I kind of want to visit him still because we're still good friends, but neither of us knew what the fuck we were doing at that time.
Right, mine too. Like mine still lives in Alabama.
Yeah,
rest in peace.
I'm so sorry.
And we're still friends. Like we're still friends to this day. We were just talking like yesterday. But like my first real life boyfriend, I was at 20. He treated me like garbage, but I was head over heels for the man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you never met Taylor, did you?
I've never met Taylor. No. I mean, I've met other people named Taylor, but not the Taylor that was your ex.
Like I understood later, and like I've forgiven him and whatnot, but like dating him, he did not treat me well, and then he left me for an older man for his money. And like, honestly, get it, girl.
Yeah, go for it.
Sliving.
What were we saying earlier?
But like that's completely fine. But that's what you have to go through because like you're trying to live out those first romances as an adult. But now you're also an adult, so that's just how you exist as an adult, and it becomes like a trend. But you learn how to live in that way in a healthy way, but it just continues.
I think that's why so many queer people are also like attracted to older queer people too, because we have this mentality that they figured it out. You know,
no, it's just daddy issues.
I mean, for some of us probably. I think for me though, or I think I don't know. I think there's an element of I'm in the process of figuring this out. Here's this older dude who's made it to like 40, 50. Clearly they know what they're doing with their life, and like they've developed past this. So maybe I can get with them and, you know, develop to their level. And you can't. And they're also not developed. We're all developed in a different way from the straights, and that's just what we need to learn. We as a community need to figure that the fuck out.
And I mean, there is this idea now of not like learning from your elders in the queer community, which is bad, and like it's getting to a point where Puritanism in a lot of queer spaces is infecting again. Like, and it's really weird. And but I mean,
if you want to hook up with a 50-year-old, you're absolutely welcome to.
Oh, please, like fucking old man. You'll never be the same again.
At the very least, you'll know how to have great sex.
Not always. Sometimes
that's true. Yeah, sometimes it's disappointing.
But fucking old dude, like do it. 100% signed off, co-signed. Fucking old dude. You'll learn that. Oh,
and by old, we're talking like nursing home old.
I was telling you about that coworker that like. Was this on the podcast?
Yeah. That was on the podcast. She was trying to
slut shame, and she was like, she dated a 40-year-old man, and I was like, been there. Yes. Like, fucking old dude. Okay, they're fine. They're hot.
Some of them.
No, every old man is hot. All right, give them their time of day. I don't know what we're talking about. That being promiscuous is a cliche and doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, clearly it's not real. I've never been promiscuous.
That's not
I'm
real
entirely celibate.
I have never had sex in my life.
Yeah, never once. All right, what's next on the list?
The gay best friend. A classic.
Oh, yeah.
We guarantee that you have seen the gay best friend trope somewhere. And what kind of gay best friend? Well, a flamboyant gay man, of course. Yes, over the top, very offensive depiction of this character. So
his name's always either Trevor or Alex.
I was thinking of more like you usually get like a Raoul.
I've never heard of a gay best friend named Raoul.
I mean, I don't know. So you don't know about a Raoul, but
yeah.
Like, for some reason, I always see the gay best friend is also an opportunity for filmmakers to like have a very like horrible ethnic stereotype as well.
Oh, okay. So it like fills all their diversity quotas with one character,
it's
right?
Like, yeah, and they're like normally like a hairdresser, and that's when I start seeing it. But
gotcha.
I mean, growing up, I actually love being the gay best friend because everyone thinks I'm fucking hilarious.
That's true, but you are. That's just objectively true. You're funny. Well,
I am funny, but when I'm around straight people, I am literally comedic god. Like, if they don't understand the gay humor, and like when I say something just very basic in like gay circles, they lose their shit.
We're just on another tier of comedy. We just really, they don't get it. Straight people don't understand it.
They don't get it. Like, we will say something that is like, it's like they've reached into the annals of comedic history and they're peering at God's face. Like, that's what it's like for them.
Oh, I love that.
But when we're in gay circles, it's just how we talk.
Yeah, that's just, we all understand it. That's just effective communication, joke to joke, gay to gay.
Like, when I told my brother, go piss girl.
Yeah. Oh my God, like, such an iconic phrase.
Like a basic gay communication, he looked at me like he was looking at fucking, I don't know, who's a very good comedian.
Literally the only comedians I can
Robin
think of right
Williams.
Now. Okay, you know what? Now I have a list of 3. I was going to say either Brian Reagan or Steve Hofstetter.
All I could think of was Dave Chappelle, and I was like, I am not going to compare myself to Dave Chappelle.
No, bad,
avert. But he looked at me like he was looking at the face of like a comedic legend. He was like, that's so funny. And I'm like, this is basic communication to the gays.
See, meanwhile, if I ever say go piss girl to a straight person, I have to explain it. I have to send them the image. Because they're not going to understand it. Like, unless they see the Gossip Girl magazine, they're not going to get the connection to Go Piss Girl. It's tragic.
First of all, it's not a magazine. It's a title card for a TV show.
I said the wrong word. Words are hard.
But
English is hard, and I'm gay, okay? Give me a break.
You're fine.
It's almost Pride Month, Trace. You're being homophobic.
But, like, when I say something at work, and it's, like, just a little joke... riot. It's a riot in the Zoom call. Like, that's why I like being the gay best friend, because they will look at you like you are wonderful, like you are the best thing that's ever happened to them, and they'll want to take you everywhere.
Interesting.
That's why being the gay best friend's great.
I don't think I've ever actually.
Stereotype.
I don't think I've ever been the gay best friend. Then, I think people have thought of me as their gay best friend, but I've never thought of those people as like a best friend of mine. I've never thought of them as more than an acquaintance, you know?
Oh, like when I'm out with the girls, I ham it up. Like, I become the stereotype. Like, they'll come out and they'll be like, I just bought this new t-shirt. And I'm like, oh my God, girl, it's giving, like... Fuck.
Are you there?
I'm here. Are you there?
I'm here. We've been having some tech issues today, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Damn.
Okay.
It's fine. We're not going to make a podcast pause there. We can just roll with it.
We're just going to roll with it? Okay, shit.
Doing it live, baby.
I'll be out with the girls and I'll be like, oh my God, girl, it's giving. Like, you are bust the house down, like, slap. Which I also... I know it's horrible, but truly, like, they live for it. Like, they'll scream and they'll be like, oh my God, you're saying the truth. And, like, I love it. I love being the stereotypical gay best friend.
Whatever you got to do to appease the straights, you know?
Right?
That's just how it is.
I'm surviving out here in these streets.
It's survival of the gayest.
It truly is. If you don't have a wealthy white woman to defend you, who's going to be there for you?
Precisely. I love it. All right, next up on the list, what's going on?
Coming in at number 3, lesbians are butch and gay men are effeminate.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why that exists, because there is this idea to break out of the molds that were set for us. You know, this sexual dichotomy that was put up by, I'm going to say a lot of big words. And yeah, big gender out there giving us the straight juice since we were born.
I love that.
So there's this idea of like, you need to be more effeminate if you're a man to show that like you're out of that structure, and you need to be more masculine if you're a woman, or assigned female at birth would be a better way to say that.
Yeah.
Assigned male at birth or assigned female at birth. So I can see why that stereotype exists, because a lot of gay people do go through that phase of wanting to break out of that, and that's completely fine. That exists. But it also makes it
fucking nail polish.
Right. But it makes it, I literally said bust the house down slay. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Cutting out. Speaking of butch and effeminate, I walked into a place called Tractor Supply. If you don't know it,
interesting.
Go to the Midwest once.
Yeah.
So
why
anyway,
did you go there? What was the point?
They sell like the bedding that I use for the rats.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
They sell them in like gigantic compressed bags, and it's a lot cheaper to get it that way than like going to Petco or PetSmart.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was in there to buy some wood chips for my rats, but I was in there with my mom, and I was joking with my mom, and I was like, do you think I'll set fire if I step in here? Is it like a church? And then I was like, Mom, what if they figure out and I do like the little wrist?
Oh,
like,
no.
I do this. I was like, Mom, what if they figure out if I'm a little, and I like flick my wrist, right? You know, the universal hand sign for a queer.
Well, only one hand is for queer. If you do two hands, it's autistic.
Puppy.
Yeah. What?
Two very different worlds collide.
I was gonna say dinosaur hands is the autism one, which is, it's not wrong.
Yeah, they're also puppy hands. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But anyway, I do that, and then I see the cashier lady starts laughing, like she giggles to herself. Mm-hmm. As I walk into the store, it's like, interesting, weird.
Oh,
is she laughing because she thinks I'm gay, or?
I see where this story is going.
So we go and we get the food and whatnot, and this is like during COVID and when like people were still wearing masks. So we go up to the counter, and I see her mask says "Love is Love" on it, and she has a mullet.
Hell yeah! Oh, hell yeah!
And I'm like, this is a butch queen in my Tractor Supply.
Hell yeah! We love it.
And I was like, now I understand why she thought it was funny when I was like, but Mom, what if they figure out I'm beautiful? We love butch and queen solidarity. But I mean, I get it. But the gay people exist.
True.
Like when I came out to one of my teachers as gay, like the very first teacher I came out as gay, he was like, you know, us teachers had a list of who we thought would be gay, and you weren't even on it.
That's true. Yeah, you're not really like you were never very feminine.
No, I'm not very feminine. Like in real life, like I wear a lot of floral prints.
Yeah.
Like I'll say a lot of gay slang. Sometimes I'll get like a little bit more, you know.
Yeah.
Like queer, but I'm more masculine than what a lot of people perceive as being gay. And I mean, part of that is because I'm a fat man, and a lot of people think that if you're fat, you can't be queer.
Unfortunately,
that's a whole other issue.
Yeah, that is a whole other issue.
So a lot of people perceive me as very masculine, very manly, and that's fine. I mean, I do feel a little bit more masculine, manly. That's what I like. I can talk to you about makeup and nail polish and a lot of very feminine things.
Please do. I need someone to talk to me about makeup. I haven't figured it out yet.
Oh, so when I said cut the cheek, did you even understand what I was meaning by that?
Were you using contour, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I did know about that. I've never had to do it because I have facial hair, but still.
Are you wanting to get into makeup?
Yes. It's expensive though, and I'm broke.
We can go to like
Target.
Marshalls.
What the fuck is a Marshalls?
A Marshalls? Okay, whatever. I don't even know if Marshalls sells makeup. I just know them as like the cheap feminine fashion place, whatever.
The only cheap feminine fashion place in my town is Ross. Dress for less. Which, not gonna lie, I went to Ross. Fuck, I wish I had the shoes in this room so I could show them off on camera. I went to Ross recently and got the coolest fucking shoes I've ever seen. I love them to death. And they were like $20.
You're completely cool. We love a frugal queen.
Hell yeah, we love saving money.
We love high fidelity. Okay, coming in at number, we can skip on this. We know that there's more types of gays exist than just the cunty man and the butch woman. Okay,
yeah, obviously.
We get that exists. But coming in at number 2, characters are reduced to their sexual orientation. So
that's so disappointing.
This is such a big topic now, because now there's this large push of just like, representation can be messy. It can be about their, like, some people are like, it can be just about their sexual orientation. We just want someone who is gay and that's their entire personality. Like, that can be representation, as can be the person who just happens to be gay.
Yes, indeed.
And some people, are very for that. Maybe their sexuality should be their entire personality because it's more in your face and you have to be confronted with it more. And then there's some people who are like, well, my sexuality isn't my entire personality, so I don't want that representation. So it is very back and forth. Mm-hmm. But, in 2015, when I assume this article was written, I don't know, Watch Mojo doesn't have a date on their webpage for some reason.
They don't?
No, I have looked all over this webpage and I have not found a single date. Like, I tried to find it. They didn't. They just say who the author is, and that's it.
Because I could have sworn the one that I got from last week had it.
1 second. Can I find the video somewhere?
Yeah, they all have it. All the... Oh, wait, no, I'm looking at the blog. Hold on. I'm not looking at the right thing. I'm looking... Okay, so... keep talking. I need to focus real quick.
Okay, you can focus. But, like, that is something that a lot of people are struggling with right now, is how we want our representation to look. And it's a very broad and hard topic. And, some people are like, we need to have more good gay people, since being a villainous gay was such a big trend. And some people are like, no, we need more complicated and controversial gay figures, because just because someone's gay doesn't mean that they're going to be the I don't know, the popular one, which is wrong. Every gay is popular. True.
Yeah, obviously. We're all incredible. I'm famous, don't you know?
Exactly.
Like, fuck up.
Oh my god, famous YouTuber ODISeth. Is that you?
Yes, it is. It is me. That's me. Hi, hello.
We won't even talk about my other Twitter.
Okay, hi.
Hi. No. That's like this is going to be a deep cut for the girlies out there who get it. But when I was at FWA and people were like, what's your Twitter? And I was like, which one?
I mean, that is a good question to have. I take him at whatever. Oh God, I'm going to have to come up with an answer to what's your Twitter now, because I don't have them.
Yeah.
I could just direct them to my two different Discord servers, my YouTube page, my Telegram channel.
Direct them to the Telegram channel. That's going to be a lot easier.
I mean, it's not safe.
But
yeah.
I'm a famous popular girly. Yeah, I was going to ask, did you find what your answer was? What date
yeah,
this
you're
was
right.
Written?
No, they don't show the dates. You're 100% right. I could have sworn they did, but even the Kellogg's one that they don't show. They show the dates for the blog posts, but not the videos. And I thought that like if you hit like the like watch video button, it would pull up the YouTube page, but no, they have a video player within the site.
Yeah, it's an embedded video player.
Which is like you'd think they'd want you to direct it to the YouTube page, right? Because that's where they make more money on YouTube than they do their own site. Probably.
Maybe.
How much money is
ad on their website? Well, now I see
I have
one single ad.
I have ad block, so I can't see anything.
I see 2 ads. But anyway, yeah, it's such.
Oh my god, is
I don't know.
It's hiring.
I could probably get that job.
I scrolled down to the bottom of the page. I saw jobs. I'm like, I think I know where I'm going to work next.
I could get a Watch Mojo job.
I could absolutely do voiceovers. That could work really well. I don't think I could write for it,
voiceovers. Like, well, they only have like the 2 voiceover people, so I don't think they'd be hiring voiceover artists.
You'd be surprised.
They'd probably only be hiring writers.
You know how many channels they have? Jesus Christ.
Like 3?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 channels. All of them posting multiple times a day.
Do they have a Watch Mojo queer?
I mean, Miss Mojo's as close as it gets.
We did say Miss Mojo was for the girls and gays last
we
time.
We really
so.
did. Yeah, they have Watch Mojo, Miss Mojo, Watch Mojo UK, Mojo Plays, which I assume is talking about like video game stuff, Mojo Talks, Mojo Travels, and Unveiled. Which I'm curious about Mojo Plays. Is that just okay? Yeah, it's just like secrets in video games or something like that, or like top 10 hardest Zelda Tears of the Kingdom bosses and enemies. I'm like, they have to put enemies because there's not 10 bosses in the game.
Wild. Okay.
Sorry, I just
no. You're fine. I was just like, maybe you need to get a Watch Mojo job. I guess
I could. Know. I really could. Anyway, back to the list. Are we done? Have we stopped being stun locked?
I don't know. I'm pretty stun locked. I was trying to give more depth to this, but I think I gave my depth piece that I just needed to say.
Yeah, I think you said what needed to be said there. I think we're good on that.
And the number one trope for gay characters.
Did we skip number 2?
No, that was characters are reduced to their sexual orientation.
Oh, okay, gotcha. My bad. For some reason I thought that was 3.
Nope, number 1. Can you guess? You probably can. It's the most widely documented trope of gay people.
Widely documented trope of gay people. We die by falling into a bed of spiky rocks.
Yes, it is. Gay characters die.
By falling into a bed of spiky rocks?
That is number 1. Gay characters die.
I figured that was the case, yeah.
Usually by a bed of spiky rocks. It's really weird.
I know, right?
That happens in real life, too. So many gays really I know are just falling into a random bed of spiky rocks.
The very first time I died, it was at the Grand Canyon, actually, so, you know.
And the ones that, like, accidentally, like, run into a wall because it was painted to look like a tunnel for some reason. That's also a trope in gay culture.
Wile E. Coyote is absolutely queer.
God damn it, you cut me off before I could say. And then when like you're trying to catch a roadrunner and like you set up an elaborate contraption that shoots a rock over, but for some reason physics breaks just for you and the rock falls directly on your head instead of being flung across to where it needs to go.
Yeah.
Also kills so many gays.
Phenomenally common occurrence for queer people. It's just it's impossible to avoid. It happens to all of us
every
at some
day.
Point in time. Every single day.
Every day.
But yeah, queer people, queer characters die very often in media.
Bury your gays.
Bury your
Kill
gays.
them off.
That's
Who
how it
needs
be.
representation when you can just not have it?
I was gonna say something horrible. Oh no.
No, say it. I want to hear it. Seth.
Yeah,
tell me it.
You know how black people die in horror movies all the time?
Okay, yes.
Gay. I can't say that.
What are you laughing? This is like the time that I was laughing at something. What was it? It was so stupid. And I was laughing at this picture that was like a picture of a green cat, but it had like text on the top. And it's like, stop fucking laughing. They only turn this color when they are about to eat a door.
Jesus.
I started laughing so hard. And I was trying to explain it to our friend Soba. And like,
how do you explain that?
I don't know. I was trying to explain it like with more depth. I was like, when like an account will post like a picture of their animal and there'll be at least like 20 like things that'll be like, you're actually taking care of this cat wrong because blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's making fun of that, but it's like it's just supposed to be like a little funny alien cat, but then it has the text that's like, stop laughing. They only turn this color when they're about to eat a door.
I love that.
It killed me. Also, when you start a sentence with, you know how black people... I was so stunned.
You can see why I didn't want to say it, right?
I was like, holy shit. Where is this going?
I feel like I need a minute after that one. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, bury your gays. It's a trope of, you know, it's a lot easier to just kill off a gay character than it is to develop them.
Oh my god, yeah, absolutely, sadly true.
There's also the trope of saying a character's gay after the franchise is over.
Yep. Oh god, hello.
Shout out J.K. Rowling.
No, she doesn't deserve it. I'm sorry, I'm still kind of caught in that giggle loop.
Yeah, I was like,
I broke the podcast. This episode's over.
You derailed. No, it's not over yet.
I broke it.
Okay, I'm going to talk about my favorite trope.
Okay.
I don't have
Go
one.
for it. Why didn't you say that then?
Because
Were
I
you
was
hoping you'd come up with one?
I had full confidence in myself that I was just going to find something by the time the sentence is over. But it didn't happen. All I could think about was they turn this color when they're about to eat a door.
Okay, you've got to send me that so I can put it. Please send me that meme.
I'm sending it to you.
Thank God. Everyone in this podcast is gonna know when I get it because I'm gonna immediately just die of laughing again.
You want it right now?
No, okay. Wait. No, wait till after the podcast, please. I can't.
Okay.
I can't go back to jail
right now.
No.
I hope you all have a great Pride Month.
I hope you do too. This has been a phenomenal start to Pride Month. Jesus Christ.
Join us next week when we talk about the top 10 ways to take it.
That's true. Should we have no next week's episode's 20. Next week's episode 20. So we need to do something because it's a math episode. Right?
I really wanted to do like a top 10 gay experiences that sound like unique, but they're actually very universal.
That's gonna be. We'll have to work in the SEO for that.
Well, like something like that, because like I was thinking about that, the experience of like
thinking you're asexual. Gay people,
yeah, have that. Am I asexual? And I just enjoy the aesthetics of sex type of like thought. Like that sounds like so like unique. Like that is only what one person has ever experienced, but so many gay people have experienced that. Yeah, that it's wild that it's almost a universal gay experience. That
it is. But you know what you and I, between now and when we record next week, we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do next week because it's a special episode. It's number 20. We're gonna figure
it out. It's
in Pride Month, so we're gonna have to do something gay. And then whatever it is, we'll figure it all out.
And I launch our OnlyFans.
Hey, honestly, I've thought about it. I could. I have a fursuit. People would flock in, baby.
Oh my God.
All right. Thank you all for listening or watching.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for consuming. Consume the content.
Thank you for consuming. Shout out the vor furries.
Shout out the vor furries. And the feeder furries.
And the feeder furries.
Yeah.
Fucking love you, I guess.
All right. Thank you. Bye. This has been a wild. Yeah.
Have a great Pride Month. Happy Pride. Shout out the lesbians. I feel like they didn't get enough representation in this episode because it's hosted by 2 gay men.
Yeah.
We love you.
Maybe next episode we invite on a co-host and it's a lesbian.
Next episode I'm replaced by a lesbian.
Honestly.
We'll figure it out.
Love you.
Have a happy Pride, y'all.
Bye. Or gay, I guess.
Asexuality.
Asexual.